What is up, guys? CINNA'S here with another gameplay commentary, and I'm going to be hopping in a 24/7 Karkand server to show off my submission for the Ultimate Karkand combat set, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Alright guys, well let me tell you what this setup is going to be. This setup is going to be the AK standard with Predator barrel, tactical stock, and Casket Mags. And the Casket Mags, the reason for that, which I'm going to go ahead and explain all the attachments for you. The Casket Mags just because Assault really needs to appreciate the fact that you have technically infinite ammo. You don't need high capacity mags, you don't need extra magazines, but having the most maximum ammo you can per magazine is always a plus. So that is one of the first attachments I had for my AK, and I believe it's one of the best to get for Assault class. If not, then, you know, get Viper Mags, but I thought, you know, Viper Mags probably get handed out a lot in these sets, so I figured why not give something, you know, that's I find is a lot better for this map. It's great to have a lot of ammo, and it's great to be able to know that you can keep on firing, and that you're wasting less ammo, yeah, well, say for Viper Mags, I mean, wouldn't really be wasting ammo, say, but yeah, you just still, I really just prefer the Casket Mags. Just plain and simple, not everybody needs to get Viper Mags. It's not something that should always be handed out, but as for the tactical stock, kind of getting out of that magazine talk, as for the tactical stock, I find it is one of my favorite stocks to use for this weapon. Also, I mean, Nemesis is great, but I didn't want to nerf the damage, and that's something else you didn't really want to hand out that was really OP, was, you know, Nemesis stock. So tactical is always the best bet. I mean, if you can really manage the recoil on this weapon with the tactical stock, then you're really good. You're good to go, and especially if you can handle another thing that was really popular with this weapon is the fact that you can easily semi-fire it. It doesn't have the semi-fire auto, it's just as far as, you know, tapping the trigger for those long-range shots. And if you can manage that, then you're good to go. Of course, as for the barrel, Predator barrel, yes, that is a higher ranked attachment, and the reason I say this one is because I like how it's really balanced out between buffing the range and the accuracy of this weapon, being that the accuracy of this weapon is pretty low. Besides that, that's about it. I mean, no optics, because when I think of Karkand, I think of back in the closed beta, early open beta times where I used the AK and it was a pretty popular weapon, and all you had was the iron sights for it, and it has some of the best iron sights. So why would you sabotage that by trying to put, well, I really question that kill, but why would you sabotage that by putting some optic on there? I mean, M145 is good on it, red dot's good on it, but this sight is so slim and so easy to use. I mean, there's just no comparison for it. It's one of the best iron sights in the game. And of course, it just makes me feel back to like I was using it before the update. And that's something a lot of people appreciate, is just the feel of a weapon, how it used to be, and this is the closest I can get to it for the AK. Of course, the recoil is still pretty high. Now, see, as far as the secondary, that's what I need to get onto. The secondary I thought for this is the poor man's sniper, and if you don't know what that is, that's the M1911. Of course, the Elite's M1911. One of my very first permanently purchased pistols. Of course, I had the Veterans purchased many times, but I never permanently purchased it, and it's just one of the guns that, if you didn't have the range on the Assault, or you didn't want to switch, you know, start reloading, you switch to this weapon, you can take out snipers, anything in your way. It was one of the best pistols around, and it still is, though the damage was nerfed, and, you know, it doesn't have as much range as it used to, but still, all in all, one of the best pistols in the game. Now, that's why I chose it for this class, and not just that, not class, but for this set. It's just best for Assault, you know, and also another reason I chose it is because this, what I want to say, the outfit I'm using the full US Digital Universal outfit, and the reason I have that is I never really had an outfit for the longest time when I first started out on my Assault, and it was my first class, you know, favorite class to use on this map because it was like my only class, and this was the only map around at the time, and I played it more than anything. So I got the US Digital because I figured it fit this kind of terrain. It had more of a, instead of the gray dull digital, it had more of the desert digital going for it, and it also had the M1911 in the holster on the side, and it also had like many other things that I liked about it, especially because me being in the Army, I really appreciate a US Digital or a US outfit made just for us. So, of course, as for other things that are going on with the class, or I should say the clothing options, I chose to put the Scully Balaclava, or the Jawbone Balaclava, I should say, being that the Jawbone Balaclava it's one of the most common balaclavas you see, but it's one of the best ones you see, and I figure, you know, hey, why not throw in a really nice balaclava into that set, and people would really appreciate it. And not just that, it's because people kind of like to go for that ghost look, and, you know, so I've always had it and have it for every class, and I figured, you know, why not just leave it there, and I'm sure people would really enjoy that. But besides another hat option, I gotta say, for the set I'm using the Spec Ops COM helmet, or whatever it is. It's the cap with the microphone on it. I gotta say that looks really good with the balaclava, and it just blends in well with the camo I'm using, the digital camo on my character. So I really enjoy using that cap, and I only just recently got it because I was so tired of having a bunch of berets on my assault, because I have the Beta Beret and the BF3 Beret, so I figured I'd kind of move out of something different. So that was the TACCOM helmet, or whatever it is, Spec Ops helmet. I really don't know what it's called, but I just know it's my favorite to use on this class now. And just so y'all can check that out, let me get into some light here. This is what it is. That's my whole setup. Now, the reason I chose the Assault is, like I was saying, it was one of my first classes, and I figured, you know, why not use something that made me feel back at home, back to how things used to be for me, using my first permanently purchased pistol, permanently purchased rifle, and just all that together. And not just that, it's because this class feels so good on Karkand, mainly because now that you have C4, you're such a well-balanced class. You have nothing but snipers and medics and engineers on this map. It's the perfect map for Assault to get around and give out ammo so they can get more mines, RPGs, and whatever it may be that they need resupplied. And it just really benefits. So the Assault is probably one of the best classes for this map, because, quite simply, like I said, those few reasons and the great variety of weapons the Assault has, and attachments and all the capabilities the Assault has, just makes it all the better to choose for this map. So I figured, you know, people would just be throwing in what they like to use on Karkand, but the reason I really chose all this is because I feel totally that excuse me, I feel totally that it's something that used for the longest time. Like, it was the first thing I had. It's nostalgic. It feels right, like I kept saying, it's right back at home. It's just, I mean, there's nothing more to it. I mean, what else can you say about it? It's quite simply just old-fashioned for me. I mean, I can't feel any better about using something like this again. I mean, if the weapons weren't nerfed, it would feel 10 times better, obviously. But, you know, you gotta enjoy what you have, and this, quite simply, is it. This is something I really hope you guys choose. I hope the community likes it. I really hope the Blues dig it. So this is it. I really hope y'all enjoy this, and I hope y'all have enjoyed this gameplay commentary. And well, it's coming to an end, so I don't really think there's anything else to say, besides the fact that I've been getting owned this whole match. I think that's safe to say. It's your mustache. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay commentary, me showing off my Karkand set, and as always, much love and respect on the battlefield, soldiers. Peace.